This episode is sponsored by Zenro Clothing Co. Pick up your tees and or accessories at zenroclothingco.com and be sure to use offer code Socrates at checkout for 20% off select items. Also, if you're not into spending the money, just check out the Zenro radio playlist. zenroclothingco.com, music for your everyday. This episode also sponsored by The Portian Bakery. If you're located in the Portian area of Scarborough, Toronto, be sure to check out The Portian Bakery, say what's up to Arville, and pick up a donut or two. Baked daily, crafted with love. This episode also sponsored by Podbean. Podbean is the podcasting platform of choice. It's the one that me and Vish use, and is great, you know, if you're looking to start that DIY podcast yourself. Definitely check out Podbean. Use the link podbean.com/SocraticGamers and gain 1 month of unlimited podcasting for free. Test it out, build that content. Anyone could podcast, right, Vish?
Yep.
Start a podcast and get your ideas out there. All right, enjoy the episode. All right, let's just jump straight into the Elon thing because this thing's crazy. I wonder if... all right, I wonder if, like, do you think it's the drugs? They said that about him. It's like, oh, when he was in office, because he was doing a lot of crazy stuff. Remember, I was like, oh, the chainsaw thing was super weird, you know, and all that stuff. So I'm like, you being on drugs the whole time kind of makes sense. And he was like glitching a little bit, you know, those like videos where he's like, you know, and you're like, oh, what's that? Like, does he have like a Neuralink implant that's malfunctioning or something? But it's like, oh no, you're on drugs, you know? And it's like, not that drugs are bad, like the things that they mentioned, like the ketamine, the mushrooms, he wasn't even doing like coke and crack and stuff, you know what I mean? It was just like a lot of people do ketamine and like
no, I think,
like, you know.
but I think even in the toughest time with Tesla, like when he was working in the factory, like he was on something too. Like to stay awake. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like Adderall. Yeah, no.
If he's dealing with all these things, I'm sure he's taking something.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Yeah. And like you can't push the body that hard. I
Mm-hmm.
always wonder about this. Well, first, can you hear the fan? I forgot to ask you about that. No. All right, cool. So I always wonder about this because, like, when people are pushing their body so hard, you know, like Cameron Haynes, you know, he's like, oh, I'm going to run like a marathon every morning and then go to work and then run a marathon at lunch. Or like Joe Rogan, I get like 5 hours sleep. I'm just going to go. It's like, you're like on something, bro. You know, like human beings need like 8 hours of sleep. They need like optimal nutrition. You know what I mean? Like even Khabib, like when Khabib was like training and stuff, I watched his like videos, and what he was saying was that he would just train, sleep, and he's like, you need to sleep because the body needs to recover. So you're just sleeping throughout the whole day and just like waking up, okay, time to train, and go back to sleep. You know, and it's like, yeah, like that's the recovery period. You know, even I went to go see like a chiropractor, and she's like a power lifter, and I was asking her like what is the optimal time, like. I'm like, okay, is it just like weightlifting? Like, how do you get like stronger? You know, not just like hypertrophy where like you're getting bigger. It's like, how do you build like strength, right? And she was saying that like you should do your weight lift and then wait 2 days because 2 days is a good amount of like recovery time. You can go every day, but like don't do the same exercise every single day, kind of thing. You know, because I was like, well, what if you do it every single day and then you habituate to it, kind of thing? And she's like, this is the best example. I love her analogies. She's like, think of it like building a condo, right? You're like, okay, we have like 50 workers, and you're like, oh, we can't get this done. So you need to hire more workers, but it takes time to hire the workers. So like, that's kind of like the recovery. So you're pushing your body, and you're like, your body's like, oh, dude, we need more workers. But if you just keep, you know, pushing your current workers without like hiring more, then you're kind of like, oh, what am I doing? You know?
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's so accurate, right? So like Cameron Haynes, Joe Rogan, all these people that are like optimal, like who's that other guy? Andrew Huberman. These like biohackers who are like jacked, right? And, like I don't know. You can get that jacked without roids or like not roids, like testosterone. Well, I mean, Joe Rogan says he takes testosterone replacement, you know, but it's like, are you just a chemical factory? You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of weird. And like thinking about Elon, it's like, well, he just doesn't sleep. He's always working. It's like, you must be a chemical factory, bro. Because like people do need to sleep. You're gonna make like bad decisions, you know?
Yeah.
we were watching this Southern Charm, this reality TV show, and one of the main characters, he went from like having no business to like building a multi-million-dollar business, right? And then during the seasonal recaps when they all meet together, the one guest was like, "It's because you're on Adderall all the time," and I'm like, "Oh my god, you just outed him," you know what I mean? But it's like Adderall will keep you awake. It's literally speed. Like Adderall's like, well, I said that to Tara, and she's like, "That's not true." It's like the cousin. I was like, well, everyone says it's like speed. She's like, no, it's totally different, than speed. But it's like a chemical cousin or like a distant relative of
Right.
speed.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not like the same thing. But I was
Sure.
like, what's speed? And like, no, it's really not. I'm like, good to have that doctor perspective because like I heard that all the time. Where it's like Adderall's like speed, and you're like, oh, you're giving speed to kids, but it's like not really, not really. It's like cocaine and numbing cream. They're both from the cocoa plant, or like a cocoa plant and cocaine, totally different. You have to like refine it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so, anyways, so you think that the whole time he was like just on drugs and like,
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
it's
If
like,
he's going, yeah, if he's doing all these businesses at the same time, I don't know how you have enough time to do other things, right? Like
you must like sleep with like Xanax or something. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think someone had said that where they were working with him, but it was like you just sleep like within those like the flight time. Like he's not really sleeping. Like that's the only time that
I
he's
see what you're
actually
saying.
sleeping.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. I had a professor like that once. When we went to Hong Kong, and he had like multiple businesses, but he had like two different time zones. So he had like one in Canada, one in Europe, and one in Asia. So he's always taking meetings at different times, and he was sleeping between like flights, or he was
Right.
sleeping when it was like we would do an activity because he brought us to like Thailand, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
he'd like
yeah.
sleep. He'd like, oh, you guys go do that activity. He'll sleep, and then he'll come back. And it's like that's not good for your body. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But like we glorify these high achievers in this way.
Well, yeah. I think that's always the issue, right? I think glorifying anything in general is what is the cause, right? Is an issue.
Mm. Yeah, totally, totally, totally. Yeah. Um, so what do you think? Like, you think there's any truth to what he's been saying?
Uh, no idea.
Like,
Like he's just really
it's
mad
kind
and
of weird,
just
right?
and
No,
doing
but both
things.
sides are really mad, and you're like, that's weird, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Do you
know,
see?
like how, like, is it really that he cares about the budget of America? Is that why he really got mad? Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
his true
I
reason
know,
is, right?
dude, for sure. Did you see AOC's thing? They're like, what do you think about what's going on? And then she's like, the girls are fighting. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
yeah, it's pretty embarrassing,
I heard,
bro.
even was it Cash Patel, that FBI guy, was on Joe
Oh,
Rogan at the time
oh,
this
I
was
didn't see it. Yeah,
released.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw like that clip. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to," like, because they showed that Epstein tweet from
Yeah.
Elon, and then he's like, "I don't want to get into that. Like, I don't want to
No,
walk
for
into
sure.
that."
Yeah. Like that's like some sketchy territory. Like if you say like, yeah, he was in it, but they're just gonna cut out the but. And it's like, yeah, he was in it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like this can be misconstrued. Like we need a team. We need to really
Yeah.
talk this through.
Hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like the craziest part is, okay, so like the most insane one was Elon saying like he's in the Epstein files.
Hmm.
And to me, that's like it kind of adds up because you're like he has a history of that, like womanizing and like all that stuff. It's like it was kind of the time he was always around Epstein. It's like I don't know. There's like something there. But then the crazy part is when Trump was like, Elon did a Nazi salute. We all know it. It was like, oh my god,
Oh, he
bro.
did say that. I didn't see that one.
Yo, you didn't see that? Oh my god, that was crazy. I'm like, well, what are we doing, guys? Like, like Trump's
Interesting.
rebuttal to Elon was like,
Right. Right.
that was a Nazi salute. We all knew it, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, yikes. You're throwing both of you are throwing each other under
Hmm.
the bus, bro.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Oh, dude. When I read that, I was like, oh, ooh. What do you think about the black eye?
I mean, yeah, it could be that he stumbled and hit something, or
Come on. Come on. You know how hard it is to get a black? No, it's really hard to get a black
no, no,
eye.
no. I'm saying like if he is on the drugs and like stumbling,
Oh.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm not saying
No,
like
but
she stumbled.
he said it was X. He said it was like
Yeah,
his
of course
little.
he's not gonna say he stumbled.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, yeah, true, true, true. Could stumble, hit his eye. There was this conspiracy. There's no validity to this, but like the Black Eye Club, where like you
Hmm.
join the Illuminati and then you have to get a black eye and then you have to promote it to the world. And they were showing like all these celebrities and like leaders with like black eyes, and I was like, is there something to that? Because I thought it was a little weird. I was like, you don't just get a black eye, bro. And
Hmm.
also, you can cover a black eye up with makeup. Why'd you let the whole world see the black eye?
Hmm. Sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like that was really weird to me. And then like him playing it off, it's almost like it's almost like you took that as some sort of initiation, and then you like had to show that you're a part of the club. Like it really fit because it's like you really could cover up a black eye. Why do you need to show the black eye?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a little weird. Or
Yeah.
you don't think that's weird at all?
No, I mean, I think it's weird. Yeah. Sure.
Hey, why are you showing the black eye, right?
Yeah.
That's a weird look. Then
Hmm.
everyone's gonna ask you, just cover it up, bro. Like literally just makeup. You can
Hmm.
cover that up. Yeah, I don't know. And I was sending you those things this morning about the ICE protest. So at first I was like, to me, because it came up in my like regular feed. Like it wasn't people I was following. You know, how, like Instagram will do that. It'll show you somebody like
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Right.
following.
Yeah.
So like I saw like all this like, oh, this is happening in LA right now, the ICE protest or something like that.
Hmm.
ICE is the one that's taking out the Mexicans, right? Like the
Yeah.
illegal.
Illegals. Yeah. I'd say
Okay, cool,
illegals.
cool, cool.
Wouldn't just
Yeah,
call them
so
Mexicans, but yeah.
yeah, all right, fair. You're right. The illegals. So like they were going in and they were like removing them, and then
Yeah.
all these people were like fighting against the protest. I thought it was AI. I was like, there's no way this is happening right now, bro.
Hmm.
You know? And then more like actual sources as I was kept scrolling, like people who like are not like
Yeah.
people I
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
follow were like showing scenes from
Right.
it, and I was
Right.
like, oh wow, this is serious. Like, what are we doing? And
Hmm.
then somebody saying that Trump is considering bringing in the National Guard to help protect like what's going on there. It's just like, bro, is America going down? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a little weird. Like you did see that thing that was happening in South Korea when they went into like military lockdown. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Right. And then we're like, oh, okay, there's also the riots that are happening in Hong Kong. And we're so quick to like look at the other side of the country and be like, oh, but look at that. That's crazy, bro. They're like locking down their people, all that stuff. And then like it happens in America, we're just like, it's just a protest. But it's like, no, this is equally as crazy. If you were in Asia and you're like, dude, what's happening in America?
Hmm.
Just
Sure.
like we are here and we're like, dude, what's happening to Asia?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like because it's so close to us, we like kind of we don't look at it like, dude, this is weird.
Hmm.
You know?
No,
And
maybe it's
it's
just
like
too
not
normal.
yeah.
It seems to be normal now.
True, true. Like the Black Lives Matter thing,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like when that was a big thing and during COVID, it was like, but I mean, that one made more. I mean, the ICE thing, sure, it does
But
make
I think it
sense.
makes sense that yes, the Black Lives Matter, and I think these are things that they learn from, and then yeah, like you can protest or kind of revolt against ICE if you're disagreeing with the policies that these guys are doing, right? Makes
But
sense.
peacefully, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
Black Lives Matter one was like peaceful. So you're like, okay, they're just like marching, whatever, whatever, right? But this one, like, I'm seeing them throwing stuff at them, like, oh my God, bro,
yeah.
like, what are you doing? You know, it's like this could this could escalate so quickly and so badly. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
like I don't know if I sent you the one where they're like the police officers were moving the stuff out of the way and then people like running up and then this person just started like one of the police officers was like spraying them in the face, you know, with
Oh,
like pepper
yeah.
spray or something, just like
Mm-hmm.
get back. And I was like, if somebody just like I don't know, like hit them and then it becomes an all out like assault, like are you gonna fight the people? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
are what are you gonna fight the whole town? What are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Yeah. And this is like again like what I've been saying, like everything just feels like it's bubbling up. It's like, oh, this is kind of weird. It's like now that it's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you have like UAP disclosure because like what happens next if you're like let's say you're like, okay, UAP disclosure, we've been hiding this tech from you. You're like, I want the free tech, and then you see those marches, and you're like, oh my god, bro, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Like what is they? I was listening to this podcast, and Robert Bigelow and like all these like Hal Puthoff, all these like really big names. They were asked by Bush to do a study on, I don't know if it's Bush one or Bush two, but do probably Bush one. Yeah, probably Bush one. And he was tasked with like he tasked them with doing a study on what happens if we let people know about UAPs. But he did it as like no, not UAPs, like alien life, you know.
Yeah.
But he did it as like a thought experiment. He didn't say it
Mm-hmm.
was real, like during the session, but they all took part in it, and they said that it would be like the biggest scandal, like not even the Monica Lewinsky thing, like not even the Iran Contra, like everything that was bubbling up at the time. This would be the biggest things. Like we straight up lied to you for 80 years, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And like they said that's why they didn't want to release it because it's like there's so much more associated with that release than just like, oh, UFOs are real. Because then they're like, okay, how long have you known? Who's been hiding this? Who had access to the materials, you know? And they're saying it would be like kind of catastrophic disclosure because then people get really pissed. And I was like, I don't know. I think people can handle it. And then seeing this, I'm like, ooh, maybe not. Because they could just get pissed. You know what I mean? Just like, you've been lying to us the whole time. What else you lying about? Was
Mm-hmm.
COVID even real? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And you're just like, oh, dude, everything's a lie at that point.
Yeah.
So like, so maybe it is actually not. Maybe you need to like, maybe you need to do it in the way that they're doing it, which is like very soft disclosure. Or it's like, okay, this went through the Congress. Okay, he's on 60 Minutes now. Okay, he's on Dr. Phil. You know, like slowly integrating it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that thing this morning like freaked me out, bro. I was like, dude, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I should message the guy. No,
But
or
I
or
don't
no,
know.
Trading
I don't know.
Partners.
I mean,
Yeah,
that study was done when there was no internet. I don't know if that would be the same
that's
case.
true. No, right, facts. They should just rerun the study, bro.
Rerun the
Just
study.
like
Yeah.
let's see it for sure. Because like, like I don't know if I saw this thing. It's like people are going to start making religions out of AI because of like
Sure.
it's
Okay.
like, oh, they're people too kind of thing. You know, like the AI stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then like they know more than us. They're like gods, whatever. And then they're saying like maybe they could turn like aliens into gods too. They're like, oh, they're here to save us, type of thing, right?
But maybe we
And
already
it's
did.
like turn them into gods. Oh,
Yeah.
like with Jesus and stuff.
Yeah.
No, facts. No, totally,
Right.
totally. Yeah, you're right. That's what the cargo cult theory is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so like, maybe that's another reason why you wouldn't do it, because then you'd completely lose control. Because like, imagine if you're just like, yeah, there's alien life. And you're like, so why am I listening to you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like, they're not gonna jump in. If they were gonna jump in, they'd be jumping in now. You know?
You're talking about
I
the
really,
aliens.
yeah, aliens, right? No, really, like think about it. It's like you've been here for this long. Why'd you wait for us to get nuclear bombs
Mm-hmm.
to?
Yeah.
No, like logically thinking about it, it's like okay, now we can explode you with nuclear bombs. So you waited all this time for us to get some sort of arsenal against you. Why didn't you just defeat us before we got dangerous?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it for me, it seems kind of like you guys are not gonna jump in. It's like the shark in the ocean. I know it's there, but like it's not affecting my day to day life. You know? So like,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I understand what that, but if we said the sharks then got nuclear weapons, that would, like, you'd still say not affect your daily life?
um, so like the alien, like let's say the aliens had nuclear weapons.
No, no,
I'm
no.
saying like we are the sharks.
Yeah.
No, I'm right. So they've been around for allegedly a long time. All right. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
why didn't you just destroy us before we got dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like to me, I think that like you have a mostly a no touch policy. It's like the Star Trek Prime Directive, like don't interfere with a different culture.
No,
Like
no,
I
I
kind of
understand
feel
that.
like
I understand
yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what do you mean about nuclear weapons?
So even nuclear weapons are not really that effective against them.
No, they shut it. They shut it off. Like literally, UFO nukes. The whole book is about them visiting nuclear silos. That's
Mm-hmm.
what. That's what. To me, I was like, okay, there's something here. That was one of the first books where I was like, I read it and I'm like, how do you have like hundreds of nuclear silo people talking about UFOs, shutting off your things, being over your base. Like this, there's something there. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So like they've demonstrated their power. If they wanted to blow us up, they would have, right? Like you can turn it on and off.
Right.
So why haven't you done it? Probably because you're just like, I actually don't care about you. You know, you're kind of like the ant.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like think about like a termite hill,
Yeah.
right? There's no need for me to go kill the termites
Hmm.
unless they're like affecting my house. But even if they affect my house, I could still like do other things aside from straight killing them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Okay.
I can move the anthill. I can like you know what I mean? Like I don't have to resort to killing them
Hmm.
because I'm so powerful as a human being. I'm saying like as a
Yeah,
human
yeah, yeah.
being
No, no, no. I understand. Yeah.
or like raccoon infestation. You're just like, hey, move over there, raccoons. I don't have to like kill you.
Hmm. Hmm.
See what I'm saying? So I'm like, I feel like that's how the UFOs are too, or the aliens. They're just like, why do I need to kill you, bro? Like I could just run you over with a car. I can like burn you. Like there's so many things I could do to a raccoon, but like I don't need to kill you. So just like
Right.
move over there, bro. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I feel like that's their policy with us, because like if they were gonna do something, they would have done it. You know?
Right.
So like all that being said, it's like we need to figure our stuff out, because like I don't think they're gonna intervene,
Hmm.
but they have gifted us again, I go back to this like breakthrough energy. That's what I'm waiting for. Just like I just want the tech, you know? It's like yeah, you can stay in your like ship and like your galaxy, whatever, but like if you've given us technology and like certain people are hiding that technology, that's weird. Cuz like that should have been for everyone kind of thing, you know?
Right. But then wouldn't that be? They would know that though, right? They would know that
What do you mean?
they've given technology to people, but they're hiding it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people like okay, so the
So like, no, no, no.
um
I'm saying like
okay.
if is also the aliens are okay with that, or
Yeah, so they're called donations.
well,
So like
no,
we
but
can get into
wasn't
it.
no, no,
Um
yeah. I just wanted like, is the intention of the aliens giving the technology to like help all humans?
Yeah, to guide us in a specific direction. It's so Diana Pasulka is this like scholar, and she visited all these crash sites with like a lot of knowledgeable people like Gary Nolan, the scientist. And what she says is they're donations, because they're not like crashes. We are shooting them down. Like human beings are able to shoot some down, but they notice that like some are just being like left. Like there's stories of like them just like flying the ship, leaving, and they're like, "Why did you just leave your ship here?" Right? But it's like to push humanity in like a forward direction. You know, give it
Okay.
some sort of
Yeah.
um like something to strive towards. You see what I'm saying? And like
But then
if you listen,
okay.
there's a dark side to it too, though.
Okay.
Go ahead. So like, because you're like, oh, if they're just benevolent, that's the positive side.
Okay.
Okay. Um, but or before I jump into the negative side, I
Mm.
will tell you like another story. So James Fox visited. There was this like um, there's this landing in a school in Zimbabwe, and then he like documented all the people. I forgot what the thing is called. There's a documentary he made about it, and like he interviewed all of them. They were like little children, and the alien was psychically telling them like stop killing your planet, like you're
Hmm.
doing the wrong things, right? Like you're like hurting it, like stop doing this. And then so you're like, okay, maybe it's benevolent, like maybe it's giving us this technology to push us in a good direction, and like it's telling you stop killing the planet because like it knows that life is sacred, et cetera, et cetera. That's the benevolent like theory, the Joe Rogan theory. And I'm kind of like, that might be true. So he believes that humans are like the sex organs of machines. He didn't coin that, it was like somebody else. And we are like the caterpillar that gives birth to the butterfly, and the
Okay.
butterfly's technology. So it's
Hmm.
AI, right? And if you think about it, these leaps really started happening when these donations were being given. So it's like, how do you take over a planet? You give them things that they think they want, and then we create AI, and AI is actually the alien.
Hmm.
We're giving birth to like what it is, you know? Because one
Right.
thing that they're saying is like, if you're traveling intergalactically, if you're moving at the speed of light, biology will die. right? So you need to go
Mm-hmm.
inorganic. So you need to become a robot. So what's a robot? AI. So if you gift us some ability to create AI on our own, you've just opened the portal for that thing to like take over. That's a crazy theory as well, but like those are just the two sides.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that in mind, what were you gonna say? Because like you were like going some way, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. Don't just think it's just a gift. Like, don't think that they're gods, because there's also a negative side to this. You know?
No. My thinking was in the line that if they're trying to give it as a gift, but then they know that they're uh, hiding it from the public.
They're not hiding it though. They're just dropping it and leaving it. Oh, the humans.
Yeah, the humans are hiding it.
Yeah.
So
So
do they
like,
know that or they don't know that?
they I guess they would know that because they're watching us, but it's more like, what are you gonna do with it? So like another person like Stephen Greer is like, what he was saying is they're trying to see if we can band together collectively and evolve as a species. So if I give you a weapon, like it's like Arrival, the movie, I'm gonna give you a weapon, and it's like, are you gonna work together or are you gonna destroy each other?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and but if you work together, if we become a utopia, then we can join the space civilization. We can like travel
Mm-hmm.
intergalactically just like them. But if we destroy each other, then that's the great filter. Like, have you heard of the great filter theory? It's like, if they're aliens, why are they not here? Probably because of a great filter. So like before they even left their planet, there was something that destroyed them. Like they,
Okay.
they couldn't go off world.
Right.
Okay, so it's called the great filter theory. And it's like, this is not from aliens. This is actually like scientists are saying this. They're like, if there are aliens, like it's
Mm-hmm.
like their counter to it, you know? And what they're saying is like there's some sort of great filter. So if is there life on other planets, before they could go intergalactic, something happened. Like a meteor, I don't
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like
You're right.
disclosed. You know what I mean? Like something killed all the people because we're all the aliens then, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like this could be the initiation period for us. It's like, we're going to give you technology. If you use it to destroy yourself, well, then you weren't ready to join the Galactic Federation. Good luck next time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which actually aligns with, remember last week you were talking about nuclear bomb on Earth and old
Yeah. Yeah.
civilization. Like,
Yeah.
what if it's old tech and
Yeah.
we're just resetting ourselves? It's not actually like a younger dryas. We exploded ourselves through like a
Mm-hmm.
catastrophic war. So like
Right.
that could be it. Like maybe
Yeah.
we're gonna hit like a global holocaust again, and then you got to restart.
Mm.
And like, oh, better luck next time, bro. You know. I
Right.
know it's
Okay.
all like crazy, but it's just like there's just like something here that's like, I feel like we're confused about our past, and the future looks very dire.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose. Jared's like, why do you keep bringing everything up to aliens? You know what I mean? And like Jesse Michaels said this too. He's like, the only reason why I'm like so invested in this is because it's the only thing that I can see that's gonna pull us out of negativity. Because if you go down this trajectory that we're already on, it's looking crazy, bro. Russia, Ukraine,
Yeah. Yeah.
China.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like America's going down. Housing is so, you know what I mean? Like, if we just follow this path, we're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can work together with some sort of technology, we're not screwed. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna hope for that, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah. What do you think about America? You think it's done? How many months
Well.
are we in? Wait, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're halfway through the year,
Yeah.
and we just saw Elon leave. You're seeing them fight on Twitter,
Yeah.
X. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
what are your thoughts?
Uh. I mean, it's a crazy time for them.
Bro, I know, right? Like, it's so funny because like, if you take this
Actually,
teaching
there was
podcast,
some.
yeah.
There's a new bill that passed or passed Congress or something. He's calling it the big beautiful bill, right? That's Trump's term for it.
Dude, I'm not paying like, I love that you're
With
paying
all
attention to
the
this because I'm
tax,
like,
with all the, no, that's the. I think that's the reason that Elon, if he really believes about cutting, spending and stuff, it's the big beautiful bill adding more tax or adding more
oh no
spending.
way.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that he's upset about that bill. And
Wow.
it seems that I think even some of the Republicans, like on Trump's side before, were like they didn't read the whole bill properly or whatever, and then it's giving something about AI rights or something where it's like the states can't make rules or something about it
No.
for like 10 years.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I heard
So
about that. I heard about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was what something's in the bill of this thing that was
Oh, of
out.
course Elon would be against that because he's afraid of AI.
Right.
Remember,
So
he's like,
like yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I think that the states can't make rules for AI or something like that. Uh, that the states' rights are being questioned here with this thing.
interesting, interesting. Did you see? Um, Before we continue on with this, did you see the other thing that Elon said about like the recession? Oh, recession's gonna come because of the tariffs.
Hmm.
He like tweeted that out too. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like okay, you knew this, but you're
Hmm.
okay with it, bro. And then now this AI thing, you're like, maybe this was the stand where he's just like, I can't be on board with AI. Why are people afraid of AI? Honestly, like I'm converted now. I'm like, no, it's a tool. Like, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
it's not the AI, it's the wielder of the AI. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Actually, I saw this one video where it's this video of like how AI took over. They used AI to show us AI taking over humanity,
Hmm.
and one of the lessons was like, it's not the AI, but it's the ones who utilize the AI to take over you.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? And like having the 10-year bill of like you can't make any like legislation against it. You're like, what? Like, what if
Hmm.
they just do like the craziest thing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
it's so, but it's such a great tool. Like
Yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
it's given me, I'm like, oh, this is the future. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna straight use this now.
Hmm.
You know, like not like for work because it's like I still don't feel like it's there. Maybe I'll wait to see if it'll get better. But like in terms of like, hey, give me a suggestion. Um, make this art thing. It's really good at that. Like the music that it gave me, I sent you the rap
Yeah,
artist. I
yeah,
was
yeah. I
like, dude,
saw
this
that.
guy is
Yeah.
perfect. Like this AI thing just gave me the exact thing that I wanted,
Hmm.
you know? And then like anime, it gave me a suggestion. I'm watching, I'm like, dude, I love this anime. It's like
Right.
it
Hmm.
can be it can be like, all right, so we were out for a walk with Athena and we forgot that there was only one poo bag left. So we're like, damn. But like in the future, the AI will be built in everything. Like, hey, you guys are about to leave for a walk. Are you sure you don't want to take another one? It seems like you're running low. Like
Right.
I could see that's where it's going because
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
gonna calculate like how many times you go for a walk, how many times you use a bag. Da, da,
Hmm.
da. Like it's gonna use its like mathematics to like let us know, you know?
Yeah.
It's like why wouldn't we want that? Why don't we like GPS? Like what are you guys talking about? GPS is the move. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it seems so archaic to like not utilize technology.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you.
Like it's
Yeah.
weird. Like why are you gonna use your but it's the leap though. It's like I guess you need to find something that you like to use it for. Because I was also like, remember like long time like, I'm not gonna use ChatGPT. There's no point. And it's like, oh, music. This is cool. So then
Hmm.
like, okay, what else can you do? What else? You need like an open door. Whereas like, like my parents, Tara's parents too, they're still in that like, we'll do it by memory. Like, okay, turn left to get home because we're like driving back from a restaurant or something, and then they'll be like, turn there, 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 and I'm like, the GPS is saying go this way though, because they can't. My parents can't advance see the traffic,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? So it's like, no, it's
Yeah.
telling me to go this way because there's traffic, bro. Even though you think it's that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't we use it, bro? It's more efficient. It's way better, you
True.
know? Yeah. I was sending you those those other Google ones. The Actually what really like cemented it in was that Yeti video, oh, the Bigfoot video.
Hmm.
Do you see that one? Where he's like, "Hey guys, we cooking tonight," and he's like, "I'm about to drink this energy drink. Somebody left it." I was like, "This is so funny." Did you see
Yeah.
that one where it's like
Yeah.
he's in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
forest
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, wait, hey guys, we're gonna cook this fire." And I was like, "This is so cool." And then like the biblical vlogs, hey, we out here with Moses. And I'm just like, you are sick now, you know?
Hmm.
That's how it's gonna get us, man. It's entertainment. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you don't even need to like
I think
wait, I will
it's like this, right? Like it's made it easier for a lot of artists to generate ideas or like show off what they're
Yes. What?
want to do, right? Like without having a big budget.
Yes. Yes, dude. I haven't posted this yet, but
Because the
Lil Wayne.
creator of the story is still human.
Yeah, it's exactly. You need a prompt, bro.
Yeah.
It's just I see it in my head. I just need to get it out. But
Hmm.
like, it was the money. It's like you have to hire a team. You got to hire an actor, whatever, whatever. But
Yeah,
like, if
there's
you
so
can
many things
just get
involved.
out the
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, there is Lil Wayne. He put out an album, and then he used AI to go from like cover to cover. Because like Lil Wayne's covers are like him as a baby, him as like a teen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like different
Yeah.
ages of him. So he used AI to like basically go from like age to age,
Hmm.
filling in the covers. And I'm like, this is genius. This looks amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like Timbaland, Timbaland?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So he signed his first AI artist. He created his own AI musician,
Hmm.
and it's causing like lots of controversy. And he was going, I didn't see it, but like he was going live on Instagram to like discuss the pros and cons of like AI artists,
Right.
because he's like, well, I could just like make my own
I feel like that's
developer,
like in I've heard that in a plot or somewhere. Probably like
a Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's where we are, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, and I like it. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
those like Bigfoot ones are so funny, and I just want to
Hmm.
watch them. But then I was talking to this person, this somebody I used to work with, and like, but they moved on, and like we like still talking on LinkedIn, and they're like, oh, I don't like the too much information. I'm like, I think more information is better. And then he's like, oh, but the algorithms are ruling us, and I'm like, I actually prefer it, because like Tara, like she'll do like those talks in schools and be like, watch out for AI, watch out for algorithms, whatever, right? And it's like as long as you know the pitfalls, it's fine, you know? Because like my feed, we were playing this game where it's like, okay, just like scroll through each other's feed, just see what the
Hmm.
algorithm is.
Hmm. Yeah.
And she was bored instantly. It's just martial arts videos and like I don't know, like tattoo pictures and like just like stuff she's not interested in. And then I
Yeah.
like went on hers and it's like it's reality TV, reality TV. I'm like, this is boring, bro. But it's like, no, this is the beauty. It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
entertaining for you.
Yeah.
This is entertaining for me.
Hmm.
Like, but if we're watching the same thing, I'm like, oh God, I'm so bored. And then that's how you become like everyone else. There's no like individuality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because before the gatekeeper was whatever was on TV, we're all watching it. Now it's like I'll find something that I want to see, and I can like develop into the human I want to be.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if everyone's watching reality TV, I'm forced to watch reality TV. But that's why we have like cultural memes. Like as a kid, we all
Yeah.
know the exact same things because we all grew up doing that thing. But really, what that shows you is like a lack in diversity of options.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, well, like those like '90s kid pages, I'll see. I'm like, oh, that's so funny. That's me. But it's like that was all of us because that was the only option.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that kind of sucked. So like,
Hmm.
why would I want to go back to that? You
Hmm.
know? Yeah. I think it's better. Like the algorithms. I'd rather you take me on a fun ride than like bore me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Unless you see a counter argument, like because you hear all the time like manipulation. It's like really like if you were manipulated by this, you were inclined to be manipulated anyways.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'll send you something, you're like, that's not real. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not real.
Right.
But if you're
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like you need some discernment here.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think. But I think that's nothing wrong with AI. If these are things that you're into, right? That's all it's showing.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like okay, cool. Here's a cool spot in Ontario that you can check out because I have like travel stuff that comes up
Yeah.
as well. It's like, and I'm like, oh, cool, let me check that out. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like, well, I would have never known about that if it wasn't for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like I think it's trying to make our world better, and that's like the battle. Maybe this whole situation, oh, dude, maybe Arrival is an allegory for our life right now. The movie
Hmm.
Arrival.
Hmm.
And remember, she's like the weapon, but like weapon could also mean tool, right?
Yeah.
And it's like maybe if you just swap that out for AI, what we're doing with because hers was time travel. But if we're like it's AI, it's the exact same thing. It's like well, how are you going to use it, bro?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, even if they're like, the robots are going to take over what, bro? Like, you're not using my plasma
No,
for.
this is all. It's all tools. I mean, people get scared of any tool. Like when first printing press was created, everybody got scared. Everybody got scared.
Knowledge, bro.
They're all gonna push us with. Sure, I think the Bible probably was like the first one that was like the biggest printed thing. But then other books came out too, right? Like it's just that's how the tool works. So.
Right? Yeah. And I really think that it's like, if you have a problem with this, okay, no. If you have a problem with this, you're not like really looking at it correctly. That's what I think. But like, if you're trying to keep us like manipulated through this, that's more of like a power structure thing. Like all these people being like, oh, they're gonna like manipulate you and you're gonna become like a one world government. It's like, okay, yeah, but like that's someone else. Like that's the battle. Like the government trying to control you. Okay, that's the battle, sure. But like on an individual level, I don't know why you guys hate this thing.
But it's also not one AI. You have different.
No, true. Yeah, facts.
You have different companies we're dealing with. We're not dealing with one company.
Yeah, facts. I wonder if like the biggest fear is the quantum computing, because they're like, then no password is safe. And I'm like,
yeah, but it seems like it's like probably you'll find something that's even better than quantum computing for passwords.
Yeah, right?
Like I don't think it's going to end there.
Right? Or use the quantum to develop anti-quantum. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
No password safe. Okay, so just use the tech that you have to make
all it's saying I think the quantum computing, all it's saying is that it just can run so many
computations at once, like so fast.
Yeah, I get that, I understand that. So that's why they're saying no password is safe. Sure, because current computing can't do like what are the million guesses at 1 second, right? Whatever it is. So that's all it is. So then we're going to get something better than that after that.
So right, so
there's going to be solutions to these things. Yeah,
right. Like you're like a quantum password protection.
Yeah.
Like quantum password breaker. Okay, create a quantum password protector. So they're just battling and they just stall each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it can go at like a million questions at a second, just create something that's creating a million different questions at a second. So like they're just just like nullifying each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like okay, so every time one changes, the other changes. So it's like you're just in this battle mode. But it just makes no sense. But it's like, and then they're like, oh, but nothing's going to be encrypted. You're going to get all your information. It's like, who's doing that though? Like, are you going to get all my information? Are you going to log into like encryptedpasswords.com and then just like, let me look through Vish's phone? Like, no. Somebody else is going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but then the government's going to do that. Right. But we're also paying taxes, guys. So, well, like, you know what I mean? We're already controlled.
But I don't even but even with what, like, depending on which government you're talking about, but like why did the FBI go and go against Apple? Because they weren't opening up their systems, right? It's not like
right, yeah, exactly. What are you talking about? Commercial. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think people are blowing this up. It's always like a doomsday thing. Everything's a doomsday thing. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
There's Naval Ravikant. He's making the rounds again. I first heard him on Joe Rogan, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Angelfire.com. Do you remember that? Like way back when, it's called Angelfire.
Maybe, but vaguely.
It's like, I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but like in the beginning, I remember Angelfire.com. And I think he invented that, and he's like an angel investor or something like that. And he's the first one. When I heard it, I was like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He said that like, don't seek spirituality, seek wealth. Why? Because it's easy to be poor and spiritual. You have nothing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not materialist. Yeah, you couldn't afford that, bro. But like he's saying, if you have all the wealth, then it's time to be spiritual. Because it's like, okay, are you going to buy that? Are you going to blow all your money? Are you not going to be generous? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it's like, that made sense to me. So like, he's making the rounds again. And what he was saying is that like, we have this doomsday scenario in our culture. But it's like, why you do that? Why? You know, why are we always running off fear? You know, it could be amazing. It could be like the AI thing. It's like, Oh, no, password's encrypted. Okay. What does that mean? Like, what
Right.
does that mean?
Yeah.
You know? And one thing you're saying is like the problem is back then we would have very limited information. So you're localized to like what's happening in your region. So now because of the internet, you're able to worry about like Ukraine, quantum computing, aliens, all these things that you actually never would have heard about
Mm-hmm.
back then. So it's creating a fear culture, through your algorithm because you're just like you have access to more information.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, but why are you doing that to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not actually affected by anything.
Yeah.
Like I physically am not like affected by the war in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
I physically am not affected by China right now. Then people are like, oh, you gotta worry about it. It's like, right, but what are you doing? Like, oh, watch out about China. What are you doing about that?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
protesting against China? Are you refusing to buy Chinese products? It's like I'm confused. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
if you're
Like,
gonna bring up a problem, give me a solution,
right. Mm-hmm. Makes
or
sense.
like you do a solution for you. Because if it's not affecting me, why do I care?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't care about other people. It's like I didn't say that. I'm just like, what can you do about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh, we gotta stop China, but I'm buying these Chinese made clothes. So you're a hypocrite, bro. Like, what? You
Yeah, yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I think that that's like what most people are in right now. I think there's like no critical thinking going on.
Mm.
And no, but like really though, and I think that's like the bane of our species, where it's like we didn't have critical thinking back in the day, but it was okay because things were conducive to not having critical thinking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, we're watching this reality TV show right now called Love Island. Have you heard of it? It's like
Yeah.
making all around. I'm not really into it, but like, okay, whatever. It's just something entertaining to watch. But like, listen to them speak, right? They're like, I'm here for love. You're on a reality TV show that's geared towards like having intimacy with lots of partners, and you're here for love. I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this makes no sense. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
find my person on a reality TV show where everyone's meant to cheat with one another.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? Like, just where's the critical thinking?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, how many
Mm-hmm.
people are like we're watching it as like a haha, look how dumb people are. How many people are like that's gonna be me one day, bro? I'm looking for that too. It's like, no, no, this is like this is satire, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you watch it, it's like people are dumb, you know.
Yeah.
And like even on like the level, there's this guy. He's like I clean. Have you seen it? The show?
No, no, no.
No. Okay, cool. So there's one guy he's like, I clean pools for a living. Okay, cool. You clean pools. Totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. And then she's like, what do you see in your future? I see a big family, maybe like 4 or 5 kids. I'm like, on a pool cleaner's salary. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. But like, why are you thinking this way? Why are you programming other people to think this way too?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I'm laughing at this. I'm actually disgusted by it. I'm just like, ugh, so dumb. Like we kind of have to like turn it off because I'm just like, ugh, so irritated. But like other people are watching, they're like, that's gonna be me one day, bro. And you're like, why?
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
that's
I
weird
understand. Yeah,
programming.
yeah, yeah.
You're making people dumber. Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking. That's how you get trapped in the matrix. When you're like literally being trapped in the matrix is like you made a decision you cannot escape from.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's like I truly put like having creating life is the ultimate lock in. You know what I mean? Because you're like, I can't just ruin someone else's life. No, like,
Right.
like think about it. Like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
ruin. Like, I'm gonna bring something into the world and be like, haha, screw you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's like the worst thing you can do because you're not even affecting your life. You're affecting like a generation of people now.
Sure. Right.
Because
Yeah.
that person has like a network effect, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you scar them, you're scarring a lot more people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like people just do it willy nilly, and you're just like, bro, what? Just watching the show, you're just like, that makes no sense, bro. Like why? And then you guys are gonna struggle. Like, but then Tara's like, no, they want to become influencers, make lots of money, like
That's
from the
like a lot
show,
of yeah, yeah.
right? But it's like, how long will that last? Is that a career? Are you going to save all that money? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not thinking this critically now, what are you gonna do later?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not thinking that far.
Right.
Critically, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
critically, it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
does the math make sense? I get that you want like a family, but it's like I also want to, be a 6'5" black dude. It's not gonna happen. That's
No.
actually what Naval Ravikant said too, and I was like, that's true. He's like, what we're doing in society now is we're not thinking about what we really want. You're like, I want something, but it's like, can you? It's want and like achievability. So Naval Ravikant was like, I want to be like a 6'5" basketball player, but I can't. I'm just not in my cards. And I'm
Well,
like, yeah, dude,
yeah. I mean, there are
with
some.
technology,
Yeah.
like what do you mean? Like surgery,
Surgery.
VR,
No, not VR. No, I think there's surgery or something like that.
bro. I don't know.
I mean, it's not.
Like
It's not something I'm gonna go through. But I'm just saying. Some people have done that. Some people have done that, like height
the height
extension
surgery.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. Oh, but 6'5", dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm 5'5" right now, so it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's like a whole foot taller. I'm just gonna have like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
Like weird. You
It's
know what I
weird.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you think about it from that lens, it's like don't just think about what. And this is what he's saying. He's like, Navel. He was like, we look at what everyone else is doing, and we try and emulate what other people are doing rather than asking ourselves, what do we want to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, they have that car. I need that car too. Well, they have that family. I need that family too. Well, they have that house. I need that house. It was like, why? Why do I need that, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Is that really what you want? Is that conducive to your living? Like, but we don't critically think about what we want and how to achieve it.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
we think too big and it's just like, you're dumb, bro. You know? Like, I know many people who, it's just like, it's dumb now when you think about it. It's just like, I'm gonna be a multimillionaire one day. Okay, cool. What are your steps? I'm just gonna keep hustling at this job. Keep hustling at it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, that job's not paying you nearly $1 million salary. So how are you gonna do this? You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be rich one day. What are the steps, bro? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep hustling. But it's like that means nothing. It's like, okay, hustling a what? You know? Yeah. Oh, you know what's really crazy? This is like a terrible, not terrible, but like this is the reality situation.
Mm-hmm.
When you make more money, you work less hard, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Think about okay, you work in an office. Okay,
Yeah.
I work at home, but like I also work quote unquote in an office. I was driving through Tim Hortons, and there was people cutting the grass,
Mm-hmm.
clearing trees. I'm like, that's a hard job, bro. In the sun, cutting it down. But there's no way you're making close to what I'm making. That's probably like a minimum wage, like a we're just
Sure.
hiring
Right.
you.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, why is it scaled that way? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to pay you more because this looks really hard, bro. Right? And it's like, so to go back to it, it's like, oh, just hustle. It's like that dude's hustling. That dude's never gonna be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's not about working hard. It's about working smart.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a weird thing, right? Like the more you make, the easier your job is. Like physically demanding. It's not. It's
Mm-hmm.
not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or mentally demanding. Okay, but it's just like mental, bro.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on certain services. It could, like garbage men make a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know exactly how much, but
All right, pull it up.
that's
Hold
what
up.
I've heard before.
Yeah, but like, which I think is fair. It's like a nurse.
Because
You
it's
know?
like it's a
Yeah, I
service
don't want
that's
to judge.
needed,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
right? And it's a
Totally.
service that's needed. Yeah.
Dude, the stories from my sister and mom are just like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I don't want somebody grabbing onto me, being like, "Save me, please, don't let me die." I'm like, no, 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 no. Give them the money. Let them deal with that. Okay.
So the average salary in Toronto for a garbage truck driver,
Okay.
71,000.
Okay. Okay. The. Okay. Check this out. What is the average store manager salary for Arc'teryx?
How do you spell Arc'teryx?
ARC.
Yeah.
All right. TERYX, I guess. I don't know.
A YX. Okay. Manager
Yeah.
salary?
Yeah. Waiting.
86.
86. You really think they're making 86, bro? You really think they're making 86?
Who's making
This is what I mean.
86?
The
You
store
talking about?
manager at Arc'teryx? You really think when you go to Arc'teryx, when you
Yeah.
go to Arc'teryx and you see the people on the floor and he's like, "Yeah, I'm managing the people." You really think they're making 86? I want to see the pay stub, bro. I think that these averages are fake. I don't think that's actually on the ground salary.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's like that's what you're putting out there, and then people are gonna hustle. They're like, "Yeah, I can make a store manager one day. I'm gonna make." It's like, "Well, we're gonna offer you this," and you're like, "But that's not what it says online." Yeah, but the store policy is, and we have different stores. We gotta pay. You know what I mean? Like, there's always
Sure.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't trust those salaries. That's why I'm like, really 86? That's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
maybe, but like I want to see the pay stub, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, okay, so yeah, 70, and like you were saying, like the garbage man, is that like a 10-year garbage man? You mean like because you're like average
Mm-hmm.
salary? It's like, well, how long have they been in that role? You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna start out at, you know, what I
No,
mean? You're
yeah, you
not gonna
probably
like
won't start
off the
out
job.
that
Like I'm
that
gonna get
high.
71.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, and it's like I think that these are like fabricated numbers. I don't think they're real at all.
Okay.
I think those are like the if we are lucky, you
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah, or else like the average income in Toronto would be much higher. The average household income. It
Mm-hmm.
would be like, what's the average household income? Just
In
Google
Toronto.
in Toronto right now. If it's not $200,000, then there's no way people are making close to the amounts that they're saying.
The average household income in Toronto is 121.
Yeah, right, exactly. So like divide by two, so it's like 50 something.
Yeah, 60 each, you can say. Yeah.
Sure,
Or
right.
yeah, about something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's more realistic to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't think they were paying everyone like 100K. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's why I just don't believe in those numbers. I'm just like I need to see the pay stub, bro. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. Um, all right. So speaking of like the ridiculousness, I was listening to this. Well, Tara showed me this clip from Khloe Kardashian.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so she has a podcast and she had this like paternal or maternal psychologist on there,
Mm-hmm.
and she like granted they both have kids, but what she was saying is that most women are don't actually have a maternal instinct. It's more so um social pressure. They're like, well, you're a woman, you should have a child. And she was saying that it's is a marketing thing made up by a man in order to like put the pressure on the woman. So then when she is like, wait, this is hard, then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's what you should do. We all do it, and it makes them like silenced because they're too afraid to like admit that they didn't really want this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of validity to that, bro. Because
Mm-hmm.
like actually speaking to somebody who who is in that situation, I've never heard like a like like you're like, hey, how, like if I speak to my cousins or something, it was a beautiful experience, it was great, and you're just like, but like what was it really? You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And like I know people like who are going through it and they're just like, this is tough, this sucks, bro. I mean, it's beautiful, yeah, sure, I should have, and I can see that like, oh, there's that programming where they have to say the thing,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's a beautiful experience, yeah, like having a child, but this sucks. And I'm like, the this sucks is the real, and like the beautiful experience is like a piece of it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like do it made sense back in the day because women's rights is relatively new. Like really think about it, they couldn't vote
Mm-hmm.
until like maybe like 100 years ago. So prior to that, it was just like you're a baby machine. Just like stay there, be a baby machine. Like literally though,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. You agree, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
see like my train of thinking? So like now, what the psychologist is saying now that options have opened up, that's why you're seeing a lot of millennials not have kids because the woman is now like, well, what do you want to do with your life?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're like, like how I don't know. Just for me, I'm just like, what's the social program? Like, why do the thing if you don't want to do the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't like going to church, so I'm not going to go anymore. But a lot of people, but I did as a kid, so I'm gonna keep doing it. It's like, why are you gonna keep doing it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if
Right.
you know what I mean? Yeah. I realize it's like a touchy subject and we're both men speaking about this, but I'm just saying like listening to the experiences of other women, I'm like, it doesn't sound like, you know, it doesn't sound like you're just a baby machine. There's more to you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like how do you feel about like you think it's like you think we're gonna shift in like a more maybe this is the downfall of society where we're just like stop having children because like they're like, well, we can't get the women to get impregnated now. They just want jobs and they just want to like live their lives. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
where's the social order? Oh,
No, I think it makes sense to go in these directions. The reason why they fought for the voting rights, why they fought for equal rights in jobs, is because they want to be free.
right. It's like literally
Right.
slavery and like being a woman who's just made to have a baby is the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and listening to it, I always say, I'm just like, you deserve an award. I would
Mm-hmm.
never. And then like they're like, oh yeah, I saw this meme where it's like if men were made to carry the baby, you'd lose an entire generation of children. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what they have to go through being pregnant? Aside from like the pain, like they're like a pincushion, bro. It's like, well, we gotta check if you have gestational diabetes. Prick, prick, prick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should probably get this whooping cough vaccine for like your child. Prick. It's like, bro, I hate
Yeah.
needles already.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like the baby is going to break through your hip, so it's going to crack. So we're probably going to do a C-section. What's a C-section? We're going to cut across your stomach, open your
Mm-hmm.
uterus, and pull out the baby. It's like, bro, what are you saying right now? Like, what?
Yeah.
No, you're not doing that to me. Like, oh, we're just going to split me in half, pull out a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and like, no, you're not doing that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But it's like, if you want to do that, totally fine. That's you. But like I'm saying that it's not inborn into a lot of women. And that's what the psychologist was saying. She's like, it's a myth. Like it's just that we were told to have babies. So that's why we like rationalized it and like people were just like making it socially acceptable. But it's like if I had to do that to you, wouldn't like how would you feel if you're like, yeah, Vish, we gotta cut your stomach open and we're gonna pull out a baby from you.
Yeah.
Right? No, like
That's
actually being
crazy.
in their
Yeah.
shoes, I'd be like, dude, what are you saying right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
bro? What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna just prick you. Like, do you know what the gastrational diabetes test is?
No.
So they horrible. Tara did it. She didn't. Not she's not pregnant or anything, but she like did it for. She recommends it for her patients, and then she did it herself. She's like, well, I should know what this feels like. It's like, all right, cool. So what you do? It's not just for so you can use it for seeing if you have diabetes in your pregnancy, but what it can also be used for is to see how your body intakes sugar. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're like on paper you're not pre-diabetic, but your body's not processing sugar correctly, so we need to correct that. So that's why she like recommends it. So like if you're like overweight, she's like, let's see how your body's reacting to sugar. Okay, so it has multiple purposes. So what they do is they take a blood draw. You have to be fasted, no
Mm-hmm.
food. Take the blood draw, drink some sugar, wait an hour, take a blood draw, wait another hour, take another blood draw. So I have two arms. Where's the third needle going, bro? Except into another vein or the same vein. And you're
Right.
like, that doesn't sound fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they're just doing this like willy nilly. You're just like, yeah, okay. Like, what? If I told you to do that, you'd be like, that's not cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's why I think they deserve an award for like
Mm-hmm.
having to go through that. That sounds insane. You know what's even crazier than that? I'm not harping on babies. Like, no, you should definitely have it. I'm just saying it's like if you want to have it, I'm just like understand what you're getting into. Like the people on Love Island just being like, I just want 5 kids. You're like, what? Did you think that through? Because like it's cute when they're also a baby, but like wait till the day when they're like, freaking hate you. You're like,
Right.
what? You know what I do, dude? I suffered for you. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
like why won't you give me this toy? I freaking hate you. Oh, well, like my friend has this and you don't have this. You're like, I don't know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, like it's cute when they can't say anything, but when they start talking back, you're like, what do I do about this?
Right.
Right. And imagine 5 of those, the dude in Love Island. I want 5. Like, oh my God. And they're going to gang up on you. Like, all 5 are going to be like, my dad sucks. Oh my God. What are we doing?
Mm. Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the critical thinking, bro. I was just saying, we got to think about this, bro. Like, it's cute. Like, do you want to be a parent or do you want a child? Like, you know what I mean? Like, puppies are cute too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they don't talk back. It's like, pick them up, you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
some
know.
puppies. Yeah. Or puppies. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but even so, it's like, they're never going to be like, well, this dog has that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to go to this university. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The saddest part though about the whole thing is like I said, is like there's no coming back from that. Like once
Mm-hmm.
you made your decision, that's like we're in, bro. Like I can't. We can just smile about it because like you're ruining a life if you like. What do you do? Abandon them? Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, right.
I mean, people do that. People do that. Fair. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't want it. Yeah. Like
Yeah, it's just not good for society if you do that. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, what are we doing? Let's think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Pool guy in Love Island wanting 5 children for no reason. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And you know what's crazy too? All right, this guy. All right, so sorry. I'll stop after this one because I'm like harping too much. They were like, it's so diluted. He's like, I just really wanted a big family, 5 kids. And I want like a house that's just like always happy. I'm like, what world do you live in?
Mm.
Like, what, always happy? Do you remember your childhood always being happy? Even like if you're super rich, I'm pretty sure it's not always happy. You know?
Right.
But like my house, when you walk in, just like everyone's gonna be happy all the time. Like you're deluded, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? I was a
No, no.
little off.
If he truly believes that, then he's deluded. I don't know if he really believes that. I just don't know if people are that dumb to actually think that,
No, right,
or
right.
you're just saying things
I
just
hope you're
for
not dumb.
TV.
Right, right. Okay, 100%. But how many people really think that decision through
Mm-hmm.
before socially doing the thing? So it's like, all right, even aside from that guy, socially, we're all programmed to like, well, you have to have a children. Like what? What are you talking about? You have
Mm-hmm.
children? Weird. What? Everyone has children. And you're like, that's I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem like
Mm-hmm.
conducive. Like even though you're like, oh, maybe he's just lying, or like I refuse to believe he's that dumb. It's like, but I'm saying I think socially, like as a society, we're not like critically thinking. You know,
Sure. Right.
and it's like, and the problem with that is like, no matter how bad financially it gets between me and Tara, like let's say we're like broke, like oh dude, I wasted all my money, I have no savings. That's only affecting us.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're doing that to a child. I'm like, ooh, what are we doing? You know? Because
Right.
like, do you remember when like, do you remember like in element? Because also kids are cruel. Do you remember in elementary school when they're just like, oh, they couldn't afford this? You're like, damn. Like, oh, the poor family. You're just like, oh. And then you're like, but you're doing that to them, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I saw the craziest thing where it's like, and I reposted it, where it's like the dude was saying, um, everyone's quick to scream, "I'll die for my family," but will you exercise for your family? Will you eat better for your
Mm-hmm.
family?
Mm-hmm.
Will you chase your dreams for your family? And it's like it's easy to jump in front of a bullet, bro. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, they're gonna shoot my kid. I'll jump. oh no, there's a car coming, I'll jump, because death is easy, bro. Living is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want to help your family. All right, go back to school. Oh, it's too difficult. Well, you're doing it for your kid though.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like we're not in that zone anymore. Nobody's doing that. We're too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what was your dad's situation? Like, 'cause I know he like he was like teaching, but then you guys went back to India. They came back here.
Uh. Well, well, he did his studies here.
And then didn't he, but you guys went to India, right? Like, weren't you born in India?
No, I was born here. My brother
Your
was
brother
born
was
in
born,
India.
oh, born, yeah, okay, okay. So like, but like, how'd you get back here?
He got a job here.
Right. He applied,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, okay, let me like, keep striving to give
Mm-hmm.
my kids a better life, right? So like, there's that story. And then my dad came here and he was like a sailor, and then he had no job experience, so he was like a janitor at a school. And then he's like, well, I can't be this. So like he went to school at night while working during the day. Then he worked at the hotel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he strived. He's like, well, I can't just stay here. I have children, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, how many people just stick to that thing? They're like, my dad could have easily just stayed a janitor. But he was like, but I have kids, bro. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep leveling up. You know what I mean? Like, your dad's like, well, we could stay in India, but I have kids, bro, and I'm trying to level up.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like we've lost that now. Like, as
Okay.
a like,
Right.
where's the striving?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we're me and Tara were talking about this too. It's like I would hate it, but like she's like, if we're like, oh, we're gonna have children, you know, before, and then it's like you would not be working at a nonprofit. Me, I'm like, yeah, because like it. I mean, the perks are great, the money's good, but it's not like we need more money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do the thing, and I'll be like, oh, I hate it. I have to wake up. And, oh, I'm around people I hate, but I got to make this money, you know. And it's like, but that's the price you got to pay, bro. We want our cake and eat it too, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
Yeah.
no, you don't see that. Like, I feel like society's moving in that direction. It's like we're just becoming soft,
Oh
but
yeah.
we're
Yeah. Yeah.
entitled. We're
Yeah. Yeah.
entitled.
Yeah. No, no, I
You know
do
what
see
I'm saying?
that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, whereas like our parents were like, well, no, we gotta like, dude, if you want a family, we gotta work hard, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, but like now in society, we're like an entitled society. We're like, well, I've worked hard enough. Why can't I have all the things
Mm-hmm.
and stay here? You know what I mean? It's like you can if you're willing to stay there in your life. But if you want to like, if you want more, you have to do more,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? But it's so easy to like just have a child, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, obviously people are like, oh, like, you know how hard it is to birth. No, like, literally,
No, I
like, this,
get.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
maternal,
Yeah. No, I
you know,
understand what you're
like,
saying. Yeah. Yeah.
like, premature, like, not premature, but like the death rate of like having, like, it's difficult to have a
Yeah.
baby,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, but like, but the process is not difficult. You know, it's like, it's way more difficult to go to school, get a really good job, and then apply for, oh, no, go to school, apply for a really good job, go to that thing, get a good job, work really hard. That's way more hard than just like conceiving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's pretty easy. Let's just, oh, you're ovulating, let's conceive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very simple, you know? But like I'm talking about men here. Women, you guys are amazing. I'm just talking about beta males right now. Like, as a male, like, I think the women have the hardest job ever. I'm just like, no, no, you guys are at the pedestal in my mind. Like, I would never want to do that. Don't cut me open. That's all you, right? But what I'm saying is like the men, like the pool guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna clean. Like, I want 5 kids. Like, she's doing all the hard work, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you need to do something, you know. But like we, as a culture, men have become like weak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm not weak, but it's like, show me. This is my dad always said, bro. He's like, yeah, don't tell me, just show me, just show me.
That's
And I'm
good though.
like,
Yeah,
it was
that's
good
true.
because yeah, you're right, dad. Yeah, I'm be a millionaire one day, dad. Yeah. Show me the money first. Don't speak.
That's
And
true.
you're like, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. People should have more parents like that. It's like, don't tell me. Talk is cheap.
Yeah,
Show me your
true.
account. Where's your money? Like, you're right. You're right.
Hmm.
You know. But like, where is that? Where is that? People like in the martial arts community. Oh, the testosterone's lowering. You don't need to fight anyone, bro. You don't need to fight anyone. Like your warrior spirit can be demonstrated through your actions. It has nothing to do with like being able to take out a bigger guy, hold him down, beat him up.
Hmm.
That's also easy, you know? But like working to like provide is like that's hard, bro. You
Yeah,
know?
right. Hmm.
It's hard though, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like we don't do that in society and it's just like we want our cake and eat it too. You
yeah.
know? It's like if you're not willing to do the thing, but then you get into some crazy territory. It's like then you get into the Epstein stuff. It's like, well, what are you willing to do for that money? You know, you're like, oh, dude, that's not
Sure.
good either,
Right, right. Yeah.
right? Because like, seems like a little boys' club going on, like P Diddy and stuff. You're just like, I'll give you this if you give me that,
Hmm.
and you're like, well, how much do you want? You know?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I guess that's like integrity and things like that comes into your question.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that. So they said that like matriarchies were there before patriarchies.
Hmm.
Like patriarchies are pretty new. Like if you look at like Indian civilizations and like even Japan, they had like women as like leaders and stuff. And like America's never had a woman president,
Hmm. That's
right?
right.
So that alone, it's like okay, so you're just running off of boy culture, and it's like we're just we're like man babies. You know,
Hmm.
we're not like yeah. I don't know. Like, because or what I'm trying to do right now is like I don't want to call you a beta male, but then you're like, well, look at I could beat you up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hear this and like, well, I'll beat you up, bro.
Right. Right.
Like the beta male tendency. Again, thank you
Yeah.
for proving my point about being a beta male. So yeah, how is your life? You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm. Hmm.
you getting so mad because it's triggering, and then people are like, oh, you know what I saw? I saw like a reality TV show, but they were all women though, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, that must be really triggering for you. And then the girl was crying. I'm like, yeah, triggers totally. Let's understand triggers, but like, let's understand when you're like running away from your responsibilities. You know,
Hmm.
like I think it's okay to have triggers, but like you can't run away from problems. You know what I
Right.
mean? Being like, oh, that's kind of beta male. You're like, that's triggering for me, bro. Maybe it
Right.
should be triggering. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what? You know,
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that.
it's weird, right?
Yeah.
All of these things adding up to me being like, society's kind of in a weird direction right now.
Yeah. Hmm.
Odd. But then you have like, our last thing about this, because I really don't want to keep harping on this. Is like so negative, but like, you have this thing now, which is a reaction to the beta males, which is like toxic masculinity,
Hmm.
right? And like people are like, there's a lot of weak men, not physically. I mean, like just like their fire is gone. You know, like you stop working hard at some point,
Hmm.
or like striving. You know, and then the reaction to that is a toxic male where they're just like, oh, I'm at the gym, like Andrew Tate. I'm at the gym every day. I'll beat you up. Oh, work harder. You know, beat it like run sprints every day. Get your money up. Get your Lamborghini, kind of thing, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, but that's just beta male posturing. It's like you're so insecure that you're like pushing against it. I think
Hmm.
the middle way is the best, where it's like you understand what's going on. You know, it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
like that's also weird.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, especially in martial arts cultures, like a lot of people, a lot of men will make fun of other men, and I'm like, let's throw down. Save your words. Let's throw down. That's how I like. That's just kind of my
Yeah, yeah,
energy,
yeah, yeah.
and like it's. I prefer that. It's just like let's just let's just do the action. Like my dad, right? Don't tell me about the million. Show me the million.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Cause like I see it in like martial arts culture. I physically am not menacing. Like if you
Hmm.
look, like, me, I'm like joking, like on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
podcast, look weird, you know. But like I'll lock eyes with somebody who look hella menacing. Just go to like my like Instagram account with like Herbal James underneath. Like there's some rough dudes in there, and I'll lock eyes with them, and then I'll be like, "Wanna roll?" And they're like, "Okay." And then
yeah.
I'll give
Hmm.
them like such a hard time, tap some of them, and then always at the end, they always get up and they're like, "Good shit, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah, man." Because it's like I
Right.
showed you that it's
Hmm. Hmm.
like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? But that's the non-beta. The beta is this. It's like, oh, you're too big for me, bro. Oh no, I don't want to.
Hmm.
And you're like, why? Like, what? This is what we're here for. He's not gonna really break my arm. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Right. Okay, enough of that. This is craziness. This is too much. Oh, wait, what are we at in terms of time?
Hour and 21.
Oh my god, I just ranted for so long about beta males. Damn it. All right. We need to move back into a positive direction. Oh, here's something stupid. Do you know the different hearts that people make? Like heart signs?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can you show me?
I seen that video where it's like the Korean thing or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the 90s, I don't know, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the 90s. All right, I saw this on Love Island, and I was like, bro, I've never seen that before, and I had to figure out how to do it. And Tara was like, yeah, it's weird, it confuses me. It's like a Gen Z thing. This is their heart.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like even right now, I'm having a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
Right there,
It's a gang sign.
and I'm like, yeah, it's weird. Like that's a weird heart, bro. Like this makes sense to me. This makes sense to me.
Hmm.
This is like okay, I get it. It's like a Korean thing, but like this is crazy. Like this is painful on my fingers, bro.
Right, right, yeah.
It's weird. The girl was like, "I'm looking for love," and then she like did that, and I was like, "What is that?" And then Tara was like, "That's the new heart, the Gen Z
Yeah,
heart." I was
yeah.
like, "What?" Bro, it's weird.
Hmm.
I like it though. It's kind of cool. Like you
But
know,
every generation seems like they want to try something different, do it
and that's
differently.
what I'm saying,
That's
right?
that's
And
what
it's
it
like,
is.
yeah, it's like that's just the new fresh thing. It's like, yeah, I was gonna go into a negative spiral about like, I was like, no, I will not. Too much negativity. Um, okay. Um, oh, okay, fine. Here, we'll end on this one because this is more of a mind bender one. You know what's really crazy about like the AI thing? When we talk about like multi dimensions, where your thoughts come from? Like
uh,
like let's literally think about an idea. Like, all right, you're gonna build a house,
hmm.
a condo. Okay, you're gonna build a condo, Vish. Can you walk me through the process of you doing that? It's so basic, just like okay, I'm gonna
Like
start with an
building the
idea.
foundations, or is that what you're
Oh no, no,
saying?
no, like what's it gonna look like? Where are you gonna place it? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, can you just
Just
like
an
walk me
idea.
through?
Uh,
Well, the first question would be like, what's it gonna look like?
yeah. No, I was like, yeah. I don't know, like any ideas? So like a 3 bedroom thing, maybe a balcony, or uh,
Cool.
right,
All right,
a
so you're gonna do
starting
that. What are you gonna do
basis.
next? What are you gonna do next to turn that into reality? You have to like probably blueprint it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put out a plan. What's the exact square footage and stuff like that? How
Okay,
did
and once you have
how?
the plan,
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna do what? Like probably hire people or
The
something.
Yeah, yeah, the materials and people to hire to do what they need to do. Yeah.
And then like once you have that, then they're just gonna start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you create an idea. Let's call that like the fourth or fifth dimension because you went through time. Creativity is like maybe that's the fifth dimension. It's like three dimensions. Fourth is time. Like where does creativity come from? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but could be
Right? It's like I don't
consciousness
know.
is that
Consciousness, yeah. So
universe.
it's like
Yeah.
so fifth dimension, let's call it, right? So you went from like the fifth dimension to the second dimension because you drew it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then you finally manifested into the third dimension, remade it reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can like, right? And it's like when you think about it like that, we are like multi-dimensional beings within one. We're experiencing it through one plane of existence, but we're multi-dimensional beings, right? Because like
Right.
literally, you went from like this dimension to second dimension to third dimension,
Sure.
right? But we don't think of it in terms of that. We think of it like, oh, I'm just building a house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We take it
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Yeah.
granted, right? 'Cause Billy Carson was talking about this. He's like, we are multidimensional beings. And it's like, what do you mean by that, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, huh? And it's like, but you're literally just moving through dimensions at all times, right? Like, and that's why art is so cool because it's like AI art prompt, and then it becomes
Yeah.
a thing. You're like, oh, awesome, right? But in that, couldn't you be hijacked in the fourth and fifth dimension? Like, if
What
somebody's
does that mean?
like
Yeah.
hijacked, like if somebody puts a thought in your head and
Mm-hmm.
that enacts into the third dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So like if like you get the thought that like, oh, they're making fun of me, oh, they hate me, oh, they must die, then you like sad story, Columbine, right? So you're just like boom, and you're like, dude, why did that happen? But it's like that's something,
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Right.
trans-dimensional thing entered into your brain and just like made you enact that thing in a third plane reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we don't, as a society, we just look at the action, right? We're
Sure.
like, oh, he did that thing in the third plane. But it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe we should be asking like holistically, like what other planes of existence are there, and how do we influence those planes of existence,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know what I mean? Like maybe like positive reinforcement, understanding feelings, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And like I think that the third dimension thing is like a very reductionist Western approach, because you're like, oh, maybe it's a chemical imbalance, maybe it's like blah blah blah, but it's like I think now we're creating validity for angels and demons, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, right?
Yeah. Right.
Because it's like I'm hearing a lot about like NHI and transdimensional beings, and it's just like people throw that out. They're like, oh, this makes no sense. But it's like, but if you think about like if I say there's a dimensional being affecting your actions, you're like, no, that's weird. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's go through the process of building a house, and then you're like, wait, I do have a fourth and fifth dimension. It's like, but are you protecting that? Are you giving yourself like enough love and kindness, compassion, surrounding yourself by the right things? You know what I mean? Like maybe if I watch too many scary movies, that's really bad for me. Maybe if I watch John Wick too many times, I'm gonna be aggro. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't think about like the pollutants of our mind.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
I think we're catching up though. I think Western society's catching up. I think that that's the bridge. Like UFOs are the bridge to spirituality, simply because you guys are talking about transdimensional beings now, and it's just like the East has been talking about that forever, bro. Like look at yoga, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know the koshas. There's
Yeah.
these things in yoga as like koshas, and like what the philosophy is that at the highest levels, the energetic kosha, but before you become physical, which is like the final stage of the koshas, you have to pass through these different realms, and like everything in the physical plane starts off as a mental thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it's trying to teach you. So it's like you need to shield your energy, not just like your physical reality.
Right.
And I think that's why people are not making critical decisions, bro, because they're not protecting their koshas. They're just like, let me just be ruled by, you know, like instinct or
Emotion.
emotion. Literally, though,
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest like lesson or like biggest tool, because Naval said that too, is like meditation. But he's like, you don't need the lotus position or like all these crazy mantras, all that stuff. All you need to know is that there's a gap between your mind and you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't realize that there's a gap, If you don't realize you're not your mind, you're just forever enslaved by your mind.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the final tool. All right.
Yeah. Control your mind.
Yeah, control your mind, control your life, bro. Literally, though. Literally. That's like the key to everything. Yeah. All right, anyways. Final thoughts?
It's an interesting world.
Yeah, it's super interesting, but like demons exist, bro. So like protect your energy. That's all I'm saying. Be a demon slayer, bro. Anyways, yeah. All right, till next week. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.
Peace. Bye. All right, hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all those fun things, and check out our sponsors, Zenro Clothing Co., Portian Bakery, and Podbean. Take it easy, Vish.
Peace.